I'm Courtney, the host of This Is Fine, Right? This podcast exists for the moment when you catch yourself asking that question. Is this actually fine? If you're here, something in you already knows there's more to look at. And this is your permission to investigate it in your body, your emotions, your patterns, and the way you're living your life. We talk about chemistry, signals in the body, lived experience, motherhood, and how all of these parts connect, not from a place of fixing yourself, but from understanding yourself. This isn't about you becoming the best version of you. Let's be honest. You're here because your body and mind already led you here. You don't need to be reinvented. You need clarity, direction, and encouragement as you stay in the driver's seat of your own health. I'm not your average gal pal. I get real, a little sciencey, and I'll help you learn how to work with your body instead of against it. So let's get into it. Hey, welcome back. So today I want to talk about this whole idea or feeling that your body is just taking control of your life because you're not feeling great and you're having to focus so hard on how to just feel good in your body that it doesn't feel like you're actually living your life. You're just moving through it and praying that your body doesn't give you crap today. And it really sucks. I've been there where you're in this moment of you want to go do something. You want to say yes. You want to go to that dinner. You want to go to that event. And you're freaking out because you don't know what your body can tolerate. Mentally, you might be able to. Mentally, you might need this for your soul to feel better, to feel good. But you have to consider, but what's my body going to do? How is it going to handle this situation? So now you've been robbed of your social situations because now it's not even about the event. It's about the mental load you're going to have to carry and that inner dialogue through that entire event of like, okay, can I eat this? Should I eat that? Should I take it easy on the dance floor? Should I be close to a bathroom? Because who knows if I'm going to have to run to the toilet at some point. And I can totally understand this situation. I remember I felt like I was always the friend that was like, oh, sorry guys, I'm on this diet now because of my skin issue on my hands and haven't been able to use my hands lately. So I'm really not eating this, and this, and this, and this. So, and they would try to think about places that I could go so I can eat. And then they would tell me where, and I would immediately go on Yelp or the website and I would scan the menu. And I'm like, oh shit, there's nothing I can eat. And then having to change plans. Feeling like that person sucks so bad. It's almost like maybe I just shouldn't because I'm ruining it for everybody else. And then say you do find a place you can go to. You're like, okay, I'm looking at the menu. I can eat that salad without the dressing. They just need to add the chicken. And then I can have just water. Okay. And that should be good. I should be good. And then if I'm going to go dancing after that, maybe I should have some extra protein. Oh, you know what? I just won't dance too much so I don't get like lightheaded and dizzy because I couldn't eat very much at dinner. Isn't that sad? That sucks. And not only is it you feeling this way, but now you feel like it's everybody else around you. Because you're the one with all the problems. You're the one with all the symptoms. You're the one that can't handle. And so now it's like there's this big spotlight on you. And you just want to be normal. You just want to be able to be like everybody else. And that's what it feels like daily. So you start drawing back. You start isolating because you feel like this menace to society that your body won't allow you to have experiences anymore. I remember when I was at my what I thought was my lowest. Believe it or not, it got lower and lower and lower. But one of the constant feelings was I have no control. I decided I wanted to do this thing, and I decided that I was going to enjoy it and I was going to try my best. And then my body decided to say, nope, not tonight, Courtney. We're going to be nauseous. You're going to want to go home early. Oh, you're deciding to partake in a piece of cake for your friend's birthday. Shouldn't have done that. Now you're going to be throwing up later. You know, it's, you feel robbed. And when it starts to shift is when you decide, damn it, I want my power back. I want my power back. And when you decide that you are going to be your biggest advocate, that's when things start to change. When this part of your body kind of taking over starts to happen, it starts to become who you are. You know, like suddenly you're like, I don't get to be spontaneous anymore. I don't get to just travel. I don't get to just order whatever I want. And it's not necessarily becoming a victim, because at some point you convince yourself that you're just trying to take care of yourself. And in a way you are making it easier on everybody else because they don't have to deal with you. And that kind of self-talk, one, it's really hard to come out of, but two, it's the worst kind of self-talk. That's when the death of you starts to happen. You slowly just start to shrink and believe that you actually don't really matter. God, and it almost gets worse, you know, especially this day and age with like access to so many people's lives and seeing the ones that one never had issues in the first place and they're just living it up, or the people that maybe did have similar issues that you did and they've somehow figured it all out. And you start to believe that you don't get to be that person. But really it's just, I know it's hard, but don't give up. You just don't give up. And you look for the ways in that you feel you need to be supported. Because when your body is supported in the actual, like in the right way, when your body is being supported, when your whole self is being supported in a way that actually makes sense and that is actually working, things will start to feel different in the sense that food just becomes neutral. Yes, you get to enjoy it, but it's not this like, oh my God, can I eat that? And oh my God, what's going to happen if I eat that? It's just, food is food. And I know how to move through whatever it is I'm going to be eating. And I don't have to worry about that because I got this. You go out, you order what you want, you eat it, and then you move on through your life. You get to have your moments back because you're not over here in your head analyzing and calculating, and then all of a sudden, that moment's gone. Oh, we're done eating now? Oh, okay. Like you get to live in your life, not just move through it. I found that when I was working with individuals and I was going through certain kind of protocols, and then even when I wasn't going through protocols, when I was trying to find out information on my own, it felt like I was constantly eliminating things from my life. You know, like, okay, I'm not going to eat gluten. I'm not going to eat sugar. I'm not going to eat bread. I'm not going to have any type of alcohol. I'm not going to um, just do walking. I need to also do a lot more cardio. I have to lift heavier. It starts to be so focused on what I should do that my whole worth and self is kind of removed, and it's just this body and this vessel being treated. And you think that when your body starts moving like some optimal machine, that you feel like you've had it all figured out. But what happens when you're doing all those things and you're exhausted and you still don't feel any sense of presence, happiness, because you're too busy trying to work on this thing and work on that thing, that you're not having moments. You're just pushing through. And when you're trying to control all those little aspects of your life, you and your body is going to believe that it's really freaking fragile. And that's not going to build trust in how you're moving through your life, and trust with yourself, and trust in the fact that you do know what you're doing and you have reason behind it. And that's why you're doing it. So don't become a prisoner of your body. There are so many things about you to consider. Your happiness, your joy, your tenderness, especially if you're a mom. It's not just your body that gets to determine how you move through your life. And believe it or not, the only way to truly heal is to take all the parts of yourself. The part that's sad, the part that feels forgotten, the part that doesn't feel heard, the part that feels used up. That's all also in your body. So even when your body is this thriving machine, if those other parts aren't also taken into consideration, you will not feel truly healed. And if those other parts aren't being looked at, it could be why these alarm bells are going off. It could be your body's like, hey, I'm constipated and having diarrhea and fatiguing the shit out of you so you could pay attention to what is happening, to what things you're doing in your life is not good for you. Your body could be protecting you, not controlling you. There's so many different ways to look at it, but you have to look. Not just, I feel that, I'm going to go take that pill. And you will continue to not know the answers when you keep treating just your body in a way that you don't feel it's communicating with you. You just feel like it's broken and it needs to be fixed. Instead, get curious. Look at your symptoms. When are you feeling a certain kind of way? Whether it be, when are you feeling constipated? What did you eat that day? Is it a pattern? When are you feeling even sad or depressed? Where are you at in your cycle? When you're feeling dizzy, when you stand up or at the gym, did you have enough water? Did you put electrolytes in your water? Have you had enough minerals? Pay attention to those things, because then it becomes less of like, I'm just broken and this body sucks. And it becomes more of, oh, I'm feeling this because of that. Well, I know how to fix that. And you become your own you. You're not like everybody else. This is how you operate. This is what you need, how much and when. And you just get to support yourself through your life because you care. And things just get better because you're supporting your body in the way that it actually needs. And then all those other parts of you get to come along and they feel like they can trust you. And your body in time becomes less and less fragile. And you get your life back. You get to trust, hey, when I go to dinner, I know what I can order and I know how I'm going to feel. And if I want to get that thing that might be a little harder on my tummy, that's fine. I'll just take this supplement that helps me out with that. And you don't get to miss things. In fact, you get to show up to things entirely as who you are. And you get to do things in a way that makes it special for you. This builds resilience. This builds vitality. This builds longevity. This is embodiment. Not your body taking all of your moments this is where you just get to truly embody everything that you are in a true understanding. And you get to actually thrive in your life, not just live it. And I know that can be easier said than done. So if you're a person that is experiencing this idea of your whole life is revolving around symptoms, and that can be hard. I was there and I can tell you right now there is a way out and it doesn't have to stay that way. Start small. Start with the things of like I had mentioned, what happens before you feel the thing? What happens when you feel like you can't sleep? Well, what happened before that? Did you turn down your lights? Did you drink coffee a little too late in the day? Or when you go to the gym, why am I so drained? Well, did you eat enough protein before you went? Well, is your body actually processing the protein? Paying attention to these little things will start to identify that you have these kinds of patterns. And so instead of it actually, your body like not making sense, it is making sense. You just have to figure out why and what that means. And this is why I do my work the way that I do. Because you have to be taught how to be aware of these things. You have to be taught what to look for. Because if you're not, it's just going to feel like a hot mess and like everything is wrong. But in a way, it's your body doing right by you. It wants you to get right. So it's trying to show you. And when you could start to recognize those patterns, not only do you need to be coached on how to recognize these patterns, but then I like to teach you how you can correct these patterns and how to navigate them when they come up, specific to you. And so it stops controlling your life. It's just teaching you how to move through it in a way that's optimal for you. And then you get your power back because now you know why and how your body is operating and you know how to give it what it needs. There's no more guessing. It's you getting curious and getting answers. And now you're just living. So with that, happy living. I'll talk to you guys next time. If something in today's episode resonated, you're always welcome to stay close. I write weekly letters and offer one-on-one support for people who want to understand their body more deeply, so they can keep listening, keep responding, and keep moving forward with clarity. My work is about helping you become your own healer in a way that's grounded in real life. All the links are below, and I'll see you next time.